Yo, what's going on? It's Joe back here again with another vid here on Joe Talks. And for you guys that enjoy the vid, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. That's always appreciated. Once again, don't mind my face. I've been having allergic reactions. I'm not sure what's been going on, but yeah. But anyways, as you can tell by the title, we're here to talk about the Detroit Lions. You already know how it is. Um, and then this is another thing too. For all the people saying, "Oh, it's the OC, it's the offensive coordinator. It's not he's not Ben Johnson. He's bad. He don't know how to call plays." Nah, or oh, it's panic mode for the Lions. It's over for the Lions. Nah, man. Like, just chill out. Like for people who actually like kind of have an idea of how football works and just how the offense runs. The offense of a football team runs off the O line. Like, I mean, like most people don't even think of the O line. Most people just think, oh, the quarterback, or oh, the OC, or oh, whoever, you know. But say that O line does not block, say for the quarterback or the running back or just anything, then the offense will not get anything going. Especially with a non-mobile QB like Jared Goff. If you do not block for him, nothing will happen. That's just how it is. So it's clear. It was clear as day for those of y'all who've seen or that know football, to a little extent, to where the O line just didn't perform against the Packers. There were a lot of missed assignments, missed blocks. It just looked like a lot of confusion, and all that stuff could be cleaned up, in a week of practice, which it seemed like they did. It seemed like they cleaned it up. They were running the ball better. They were protecting golf a lot better, and Chicago Bears, the Chicago Bears defensive front, it's no bad D line. The Chicago Bears defense is pretty solid. I'm gonna be honest. Just the O line, it seemed like they were all on the same page this week, and we had no injuries to my knowledge coming into this game, because Decker was questionable and Kirby Joseph was questionable, I seen, and both of them played. So I don't think we had any injuries that I can think of coming from the Packers game. So we had all our guys. Yeah, and it was a good game, man. Literally the first drive Lions received. First drive, I think that drive lasted like little under 3 minutes or 3 minutes. 3 minute drive. Goff was passing. They were getting nice runs going, and then they finished it off with a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. I believe that was the first. That was the first drive. Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. Boom. And then, man, like, I mean, this is gonna be the same issue with the Lions, man. They're secondary, and honestly, their D line. Because I'm gonna be honest, man. I know Hutch just came back from like a serious injury, but I'm gonna be honest, man. Unless he's like hesitant because it's only his second game back. Um, he doesn't look like the Hutchinson, that he used to look like. I'm being honest. He doesn't seem like that nonstop motor. It seems like he's a little hesitant, even though he did get one sack yesterday. But I mean, hey, it seems like this year, man, they can't rely on, just Hutchinson, man. They need help, which is why I do not understand why they didn't sign Zadarius Smith. And for those of y'all, Zadarius Smith, he was an impact player yesterday. For those of y'all who don't know, he signed with the Eagles, man. Detroit was playing, man. Brad Holmes was playing with him, man. He signed with the Eagles. I think he had like maybe 2 sacks or 1 sack and a tackle for loss. Zadarius Smith is an impact player. He might not make it. He might not make an impact on every single play, but the plays that he does make an impact on, they mean something. Like look at last year when they first signed Zadarius Smith. Literally what the first 3-4 games that he played, he had 1 sack in each of them games. And then speaking of one of the sacks, pretty much won them the game against Chicago on the Thanksgiving game. Because say he didn't sack Caleb Williams, hey, to be honest, they probably would have ran down and either scored a touchdown or kicked a field goal. Because man, that Aaron Glenn, man, even with Aaron Glenn gone, it's still the same defense, man. Because it's Aaron Glenn's guy. And then for those of y'all who don't know, Aaron Glenn's scheme is pretty much just to play zone, which pretty much means leave guys wide open downfield and rely on Hutchinson to, sack the quarterback. Well, man, you cannot do that, man. So when the Bears had their first drive, they easily ran down and scored. So it seemed like the Bears know how to open games up because they did the same thing in the Minnesota game. First play of the game looked really good, or first drive of the game looked really good. Ran right down and scored. Did the same thing with the Lions. And the Lions, man, say the offense wasn't firing. Literally, they literally had a second-year wide receiver running all over them in Rome Odunze. Not saying he's not good, because he's probably going to be one of the best wide receivers in the next couple years. Just give him time. Because he looks pretty good. But I just don't understand why they play defense like that. I don't get it. But the defense, again, that's going to be what hinders them in the I don't know, later part of the season, playoffs or whatever, and then honestly it's probably going to hinder them next week, man, because Lamar Jackson, Monday night I think they play next game. Ooh, that's gonna be a bad game, man. I don't know, man, because for those of y'all who don't know, last time the Lions played the Ravens, it did not go good at all for the Lions. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Hopefully they take what they learned from that game and hopefully correct it for next week. But yeah, it did not look good. But yeah, man, the Lions pretty much played good. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 2 touchdowns. And Jameson Williams had 1 big touchdown catch. Jared Goff threw that be a bop. Touchdown catch, Jameson Williams, bro. Hey, and congratulations again getting paid. I don't want to say he's worth it, but I mean, in my opinion, that's a steal. Because say he does have a breakout season, you would have had to pay him more than what you pay him now. So in my opinion, that's smart, Brad Holmes. And then the what is it, Isaac Tesla, whatever his name is. I'm gonna have to start learning his name, man, because again, another one-handed catch, crazy one-handed catch, man. You sure this guy? Hey, refs, you sure this guy doesn't have no sticky substance, on his gloves? Because, hey, it's starting to get crazy now. Back-to-back weeks, man. Come on, man. We need to start seeing him in the wide receiver rotation more. But, yeah, that was crazy to me, in my opinion. That catch was wild. And that catch led him, it did lead him, but it also put him in position to score a touchdown right before halftime, because that catch that he did put him right at the 2 or 3 yard line, and then right after that, St. Brown touchdown. So it was a really good game. And then Brian Branch, forced fumble. What was it? And then so the offense did kind of stall after that first drive. They had 2 turnovers. They had the Brian Branch forced fumble, and then they stopped Chicago on 4th down. Both them times they weren't able to get points out of the drives. I'm not sure what happened. The offense kind of stalled for a little bit. But once they ended up getting that Kirby Joseph pick from the Aiden Hutchinson pressure, they were able to score from that. And from that point on, the Lions pretty much pulled ahead. And then all the people booing and dissing Ben Johnson. I mean, hey, man, you have to give, don't be dissing Ben, man. Because, Ben was literally the one that helped build, the offense that the Lions still run today. The offense that still makes them successful today. And it's not his fault, I feel like if Detroit offered him what Chicago offered him, well, not exactly, but maybe a little under what Chicago offered him, pay wise for the head coaching job, I feel like he would have stayed, So, but you gotta look at it like this. He wants to level up his coaching career. Most coaches do. Most coaches, start out, as a QB's coach or whatever, a wide receivers coach. Then next you see him as an actual offensive coordinator coach. And then maybe the next year or 2 years after that, you'll see them as a head coach of a team. That's just how it goes, man. Coaches like to, upgrade, level up over the years. So that's just part of the thing, man. And then all the fans dissing him. I mean, hey, man, like I have no hate towards Ben Johnson, man. Like I appreciate him, man. Look at the offense, man. Just look at the offense. But yeah, man, Ben Johnson and the Bears, I'm gonna just say this from a Lions fan standpoint, y'all still got a lot to work on. Then for once, I'm gonna say this, man, Caleb Williams might not be your guy. I do not know what's happening this season. At least last season, I could say, oh, stupid coach, don't know what he's doing. He's kind of lost, has no O-line, whatever. But this year, like they fixed some of them things. They ended up, getting, straightening their O-line. They ended up, getting good guys on defense. They ended up hiring a brand new, head coach in Ben Johnson with a great offensive mind. And the plays are there. The plays are there. He's just not executing the throws. Like this year so far, he's been like so inaccurate. At least last season, I would say he was accurate with at least, a good amount of his passes. So far this year, he's not really accurate. I'm not sure what's going on with Caleb Williams, but yeah, he might not be your guy. I don't know. But yeah, Ben Johnson and the Bears, y'all got a lot to work on still. And it's always not good, man. Y'all are pretty much in the same position y'all were last year, being 0-2 and being down in the division, man. And especially I think it's worse this year because this year you lost right away to both of your division opponents. So that means the next time that they play the Lions and the next time they play Minnesota, that they're going to have to win, because if not, and then, say they have a good record or not, they might not get in the playoffs, depending if the NFC is still as good as it was last year. Which honestly, by the way, for those of y'all who watched the most boring Sunday night football game ever last night, apparently JJ fell apart. I fell asleep. So I didn't really see what happened, but I fell asleep, man. Apparently JJ started throwing interceptions like crazy, had a QBR of like 37. That's crazy, but I ended up falling asleep. That had to be the most boring game of the season so far. Yeah, but hopefully tonight, Monday night, there's 2 games tonight, which is crazy. One at like 7, I think, and one at 10 o'clock Eastern time. So it's kind of crazy. But no, hey, more football, man. I ain't going to complain about that. But yeah, it's just crazy. And then I also plan on doing a vid about the Chiefs and Eagles game, because for those of y'all who didn't watch that game was crazy. But look out for that video. And I'm trying to think of anything else I want to touch up on the game. Oh wait, let me look at the score again real quick. So yeah, the score was 52-27, right? Hold on. I'm being stupid. To 21, I believe, 52-21 or 57. I don't know, man. Like I have to keep going back and forth for my notes, and I don't want to mess up the recording. But I probably have it in the thumbnail somewhere, the correct score of the game. And I think it was 28-14 going into halftime, I believe. But no, say you're a Lions fan. Most likely you're a Michigan fan or Michigan State fan. Hey, we all had a good week, The Lions won with a blowout. Michigan won against Central Michigan with a blowout. Michigan State won. I don't think it was a blowout, but Michigan State won for y'all Green State weirdo fans out there. It's like, no, but hey, screw State, I'm being honest. But yeah, so, hey, anyone that has them teams, man, it's been a good week. Way better than last week, at least for us Michigan fans. Michigan lost last week. Then the Lions lose last week. Last week was a bad week, but hey, this week they turned it around. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all the points I wanted to touch up on. Yeah, the score, 52-21, I believe. I don't even know. Like I said, I'm gonna have it in the thumbnail. But that's pretty much it for this vid. Like I say, man, the Lions' problem is not the OC. It was the O-line just not being on the same page. But hey, man, the offense looked like how it looked last year. powerful. That's good because they're going to need it again because, like I said, the defense just isn't it, man. I don't know why they didn't try to go out and get, like, a brand new defensive coach. Like, go out and get, like, Robert Saleh, or go out and get that dude that Aaron Glenn got to run his defense, the dude that used to coach the 49ers. Like, I'm not sure why they didn't try to get a brand new defensive coach, because at the end of the day, all they did was promote Aaron Glenn guy. And man, like y'all heard me say before, I was not a fan of the Aaron Glenn defense. The Aaron Glenn defense is stupid in my opinion. Cause man, like I don't care. I don't care if you like playing zone. Say you have a number one wide receiver like a Justin Jefferson. I'm playing man, man. I'm playing man with a cover zone behind in case he breaks, man. Like I just don't understand that zone on every play concept, man, against every team. And then the times they played man last year, the secondary actually looked good. And then Terrion Arnold, man, like Arnold, I still don't know how I feel about him, man. Like I feel like he overhyped. I feel like he doesn't cover good because still till this day, he's not looking around for the ball. He's getting flagged. I just feel like Detroit does not prioritize their secondary. I feel like they don't. There's no way they can, man. And then that Reed signing, like, yeah, Reed's good, but in my opinion, I would have rather signed Carlton Davis, the dude that they had last year, because I'm gonna be honest, man. Ed Reed looks small. I'm being honest, man. Like, I'm not to down on his play because he obviously has years, he has experience, he's a good corner, whatever. But I mean, in my opinion, I would have liked Carlton Davis. He has the length. He was a taller dude, and then whenever they played, dudes that had solid number one wide receivers, he locked them up for the most part. So, that kind of surprised me when I saw they didn't sign him. They ended up signing Reed. But, whatever. My cat fighting bulls and everything. What's going on? That scared the shit out of me. But yeah, so like the main thing is, again, man, just defense. The offense got going. They seem like they smoothed the kinks out with the O-line. That's good. But yeah, so the main thing now is just the defense. So what y'all think? I'm pretty much rambling now. Like I have a tendency to start rambling towards the end of videos like a fool. So I'm gonna cut it here. Say you guys enjoy the vid. Like I said at the start, a like, subscribe would be appreciated. And yeah, catch y'all later. Peace.